Hey agents, and welcome to Shadow Gaming. Today I found something out that's incredible, but it's really hard to deal with because of the new Ubisoft terms of service. Now, under the terms of service, they can go after you for the data mine as far as I know. I don't know if they're going to go after this guy, but I really hope not. And I'm glad that he put the spoilers here, like I'm not going to reveal spoiler. The story stuff, it doesn't matter. That's something that you want to find out on your own. You want to play through the story. You don't want to ruin it for yourself, at least in my opinion. But there's one piece of important information today that I wanted to share with you guys. And keep in mind, this is a data mine, so it could be wrong. But, let's just see what exactly they're talking about in this thread, at least at the very end. So this guy posted something about an endless mode skyscraper challenge to the top about a month ago, I guess. And he said, please add new game modes besides the strongholds, main missions, and raids in PvE. How about creating a skyscraper where an elevator brings you up stage by stage? In the end, the elevator entrance and exit changes level design. The stages are on a grind, which is always randomly created. Cover in terms of office stuff should be placed randomly in the room. Spawn points could be doors, which are also placed randomly. Enemies scale from level to level. Special bosses, like raid-like with mechanics, but soloable. Enemies spawn. Loot, you can invest crafting materials or gear to boost your drop chances for loot related to brands, weapon types, etc. And would be an option for Massive to test and see what scaling players are capable of if they collect statistics. Now, in the PTS data mine, this guy said, thanks to him, this reminds me of a set of interesting audio from Kelso I dug up. Kelso tells us there's a skyscraper that needs to be secured. We need to get in there and secure it floor by floor. There are several safe floors in the building. We can leave the building when we are on that floor, and Kelso will be able to drop us back to that floor whenever we want to continue. But from one point on, there will be no safe floor for us to save and load. For example, the skyscraper mode will have to ascend 100 floors every 10th floor. There will be a safe floor for us to take a break, go back to the open world to do something else, and we can load back to this floor to continue our journey. If we failed, we would either return from this checkpoint or maybe need to start over. And after like the 80th floor, there will be no checkpoints for us, it's straight to the top. Tell me, how do you think about this new mode? As I remember correctly, there was a guy on the Reddit who suggested the exact same thing, from skyscraper in New York City to safe zones. Maybe they indeed listened to the community after all, but hey, if Underground 2.0 is here, Survival 2.0 won't be far. Now, I agree with this. Now, if you think about it, we're in year 2 and we're at the very beginning of year 2. So if we're at the very beginning of year 2, there's a lot more content to come. Title Update 10 is a great, big part of the game, but it's another balancing pass for the most part. There isn't that much new content. There's 4 new exotics, 3 new gear sets, 1 new brand set. There's some new stuff, but there's nothing like Underground or Survival, like a new game mode. Now, there could be now with this data mine. I don't know when this would be released, if it will be released. But hopefully it's released sooner than later, because a skyscraper mode would make this game incredible again. The ability to go floor by floor by floor, clearing out NPCs, having this game mode that's very similar to Underground would be amazing for this game. And I truly hope that they implement it, and I wouldn't think that it would be too far off from Title Update 10. I don't think it's going to come with Title Update 10, but shortly after maybe. And this is all, a data mine, so we don't know for sure. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to make this video pretty short because I really don't know what's going to happen with the Ubisoft terms of service and being able to let you guys know what possibly might be in the game. So who knows what's going to happen with that? I hope nothing. I'm just trying to let you guys know that there might be some good news for the game in terms of a game mode and something that we can play, that has replayability, something that we've been dying for. And this guy's right, but hey, if Underground 2.0 is here, Survival 2.0 won't be far. So I kind of agree with that. I mean, if they have some new way of making a Underground 2.0, well, they're probably going to have some new way to make a Survival 2.0, except for it's not snowing in, you know, in the Division 2. It's never snowing. It's never too cold. So you can't do Survival in Division 2 right now. I mean, at least connected to the lore or the current game time or whatever. It's just not possible to do Survival without completely breaking, you know, the non-fiction part of it. But yeah, I really hope that this is true. I hope everything about this is true right here, because that would make a great new replayable mode that we can do, and would take out the, you know, the kind of monotonous part of the game where you're just going mission to mission, control point to control point. You know, when you look back on it and you are a newer player, this game seems overwhelming because Ubisoft really made, and Massive really made this great game where we have this big open world that the Division 1 didn't have. You know, it didn't have control points. We always wanted landmarks from the Dark Zone put into, you know, the Division 1's Light Zone map. And they basically did that. You know, they did. Instead of landmarks, they're called control points. And they can go from normal to heroic. And that's exactly what they did. You know, I believe that they do listen to the community, but there was this period of time where they didn't seem to listen to us at all. And maybe it was their ego, I don't know. Maybe, you know, this is their game's vision and this is what they want to do. Or maybe they just weren't listening because I don't know. But now that they are, this is where the game is starting to get incredibly good again. And even news of an Underground 2.0, maybe a Survival 2.0 down the road. That's incredible news for this game. This is great. I really hope this is it. And it sounds similar to Underground, except for, you know, some different stuff thrown in there. Instead of going underground, we're going up, it seems like. So if we're just going up and up every floor, that seems even more fun too, especially if there's windows where we can look outside and see how high up we are. I think that would be incredible. And especially if they do it right, you know, if the loot rewards are right, you know, you get caches and there's an Skyscraper vendor and, you know, all that good stuff, directives to put on, all 5 of them. Just, that's where directives came from too. You know, they started off in the Underground and they were basically the same as they are now. So why not just throw them in as well, you know, like the global difficulty and the global modifiers. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. This has been Shadow Gaming. Please hit the subscribe and like button if you enjoy the content. Now we'll see you guys in my next daily targeted loot video, and PTS videos coming up shortly. Thanks, Agent. Take care.